Hi guys, am I audible? Am I audible, guys? Okay, that's great, guys. That's really, really great. I'm seeing multiple learners are still joining. So let's do one thing. Let's just wait for 5 minutes more. Let them join and then we will start. Okay? Just 5 minutes more, guys. Okay, everyone. So now we can start the session. Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Python Bootcamp from Zero to Fluent in Python Programming. So, how are you guys? How is everyone doing over here? Very good evening, Subhriti. Very good evening, Sudha. Hi, Minakshi. That's really great, Vivek. How about others? How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking, Samya. That's great, Sudha. Hi, Zulekha. That's really great. I'm also doing great. Thank you so much for asking, guys. Okay, everyone. So today we are going to start with our week number 3, and this is going to be SQL basics and data operations. So, are you guys excited? Are you guys excited to start SQL with me? Come on, everyone. Let me know. Okay, great response, everyone. Great. Okay, guys. So let's start. So the agenda for this week is going to be like that. That's really great, Soumya, if you're curious to learn. The 7 parts. Part number 1, as always, will be showing you guys a challenge along with the pre-quiz. Then part 2 contains the SQL introduction. And then part number 3 contains here the tables, the creating tables. Then for the tomorrow's session, we will be learning about part number 4 and part number 5, inserting data and deleting the tables. And for the last session of this week, Wednesday, we will be learning about how to create that challenge. I will be giving you guys a post quiz as well as the review and final recap. So this is going to be the agenda of this week. Now, here comes the AI tool of the week, Find. So anyone over here, any idea about Find? Ever used Find, guys? Ever used Find, anyone? Any idea about this AI tool? Come on, everyone. No one has any idea about Find? Okay, no issue. Let's just open Find. This is how Find looks like. Okay, just by looking at it, what do you guys remember? Just by looking at it, what comes into your mind? Tell me. Yes, ChatGPT. Yes, ChatGPT. So it is also an AI-powered search engine specifically built for us, the developers and the technical learners, just like you. Unlike the traditional search engines like Google, it gives you the direct code focused answers with the explanation and that too in seconds. Let me show you how. And also it is Indian. It was co-founded by Alok Vasudev and one more person named as Zach Lyot, with the support from the startup accelerator Y Combinator. Initially, its name was Hello. Anyone? Anyone ever heard the name Hello? Because initially its name was Hello. Ever heard?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Hello is the one who invented the phone's wife.
Yeah. Initially, the name of this find was Hello, and it was rebranded afterwards to Find, which is short form for the programmer find. P for programmer, and the another thing is for the find. So programmer find, and it becomes find. So let's see. Hi, how are you doing? It shows sources as well. I'm doing great. Can you help me with Python? I'd be happy to help. Great. I'm stuck with SQLite 3. This is the library which we are going to learn in our today's session. Help me. Interesting, right, guys? It helps us with this flowcharts and all. And it becomes very, very easy to understand over there with the help of this. So this is the AI tool of the week, Find. So now you guys tell me, are you guys clear with this AI tool? Is everyone clear with this AI tool? It's Find. It's Find, not phone, Sudha. Everyone clear? Give me a quick response, guys. Great. Okay. So now, guys, here comes our part number 1. Bookstore database management and the preface. Let me just open that file. Here is the bookstore database management. Just look at the output. Data inserted successfully. We are not going to use any kind of data set and all. We are going to create that data set on our own now, like SQL, with the help of SQLite 3 library. I will show you guys how, each and everything in detail. Okay. See, tables created successfully. First, we created the tables, then we inserted the data successfully. Then what we did, we just list all the books in the stores which we have got, which we have put it over there in the data set. Then we are checking for the low stock with help of some queries. Then we are finding the affordable books for the promotions. Then we are identifying the unsold books. So what is this? This is data manipulation only. This is data extraction only. But instead of pandas, this time we are going to do this with the help of SQL. Are you guys clear? Are you guys clear that what is going to be the agenda for this week? What are we going to do? What are we going to learn? Are you guys clear with this now? Everyone? Great. So are you guys excited to learn? Is everyone excited to learn? Great, guys. Now, let me just close this. And now it's time for your pre-quiz. Let me just give you guys your pre-quiz link. Okay, everyone, I have sent you all the pre-quiz link. Did you all receive it? Did you all receive it? Okay, great. Okay, everyone. So I will be on mute for some time now. Please solve your pre-quiz and let me know the marks once done. And then we will move forward. Okay? Great. Guys, I'm just going to wait for 2 or 3 minutes more and then we are going to start. Okay? Please, everyone complete your quiz. Okay, everyone. So now we can start the session again. Okay. So now we are going to start with our part number 2, that is SQL Basics and Introduction. In this, we are going to cover SQL Introduction, understanding databases and tables, types of SQL commands, DDL, DML, and DCL, setting up SQL in Python using SQLite 3 and RDBMS. All of this we are going to learn in this particular part. Okay. So, first of all, let's start with the SQL introduction. What is SQL? First of all, SQL stands for Structured Query Language. Okay, before starting also, let me just clear one thing to all of you over there. I know SQL is very, very new to all of you and it can be a little confusing as well. So I will be going very, very slow in the session. Okay, I will try my best to go on the pace which you guys will be able to follow up very easily with. And one thing more, guys, I will not extend the sessions up to 10:15 because I know that that will become, if I will extend more, it will become very, very late and you guys are also tired, right? So just one thing, if our syllabus will be pending for this particular week on Wednesday, instead of 1 hour, can I make that a session for 2 hours? If it will happen, just let me know that, guys. Wednesday 2 hours, only if we will not be able to complete. Okay, great. Great, guys. And everyone, I need your support in this week because this is Python, but it is something very, very different of what we have learned till now, right? So I want all of your support. I want everyone to be very, very attentive in the class. Please. Is this thing clear? Is this thing clear, everyone? Everyone ready to learn SQL? Everyone ready to learn SQL? Come on, let me see some excitement. Great. Great, guys. Great. Great, everyone. Now, we are going to start with SQL Structured Query Language. It is a language used to interact with databases. It helps you store, retrieve, update, and delete the data organized in tables. Tables, rows, and columns. It's like asking the questions to a database and getting the precise answers. And why do we use SQL? To manage the large data. SQL makes handling the large amounts of data quick and efficient. It is a universal language, works with all major database systems like MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQLite, etc. I know MySQL, most of you guys have heard about it because it is very, very famous, right? MySQL, so I guess everyone have heard. Come on, tell me. Yes, it is very, 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 very popular out there. And it is a universal language because of this thing, because it works with all major database systems. Powerful features. It lets you filter, sort, and analyze the data with the simple commands. Then, web integration powers the data in the web application, like logging in, searching, or buying items. How? Because everything is getting stored inside a table. Okay, if you want to log in, let's say if you want to log in on your Instagram ID, if you will be having an account before, then only you will be able to log in, right? Otherwise, it will show no account found from account found of this name. There is no account of this name. Sign up, create an account, right? If you will be having an existing account, then only you will be able to log in. Otherwise, you have to create an account. And those details, how you are able to log in again and again, because those details are feeded in the database in the backend. That is web integration. Now, what can SQL do? We can retrieve the data from SQL. You select to fetch the specific data, like customers above 18. Insert data. Use insert to add new rows to a table, like new orders. Update data. Use update to modify the existing rows, like change the product prices. Delete data. Use delete to remove the unwanted rows. Create structures. Use create table to design with columns and relationships. And filter and organize, we use where, group by, and order by clauses to customize how you view the data. So SQL queries are very, very easy. You want to do something, like I want to delete. The name for that query is also delete. I want to update, the name of the query is also update. So it is very, very easy to learn. If you will get, if you will get familiar with it. Retrieve the data means select. Like there is a database, and in that database, there are multiple tables. If I want to get only the table which contains, if I only want to retrieve the table which contains the employees details, then I have to use the select statement and the name of the table with that. Then only that particular table will get retrieved from the whole data. Okay, Ankita? Great. Insert means inserting in the already created one. Create means you have to create a new one. Okay, Samya? Insert you will do in already created one, and create is creating a new one. Yes, yes, yes. You're correct. Yes, like creating a complete table. That is why here it is written create table. It will create the whole another new table. Yes. Now, SQL as a standard, but SQL is a universal standard, but each database, MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQLite, has slight variations. Has slight variations. For example, MySQL uses limit to restrict the rows, while SQL Server uses stop. So there is slight variations in the terms of coding. And the core functionality remains consistent, making it easy to switch between the database. So before moving forward, just let me know any doubts till this point. What is SQL? Why use SQL? What can SQL do? And SQL as standard. In these 4 points, any doubts? First, let me know that. Or better will be one thing. This file is in front of you. This whole thing is in front of you. Take 2 minutes, read all of that again, and let me know if any doubts comes up. I will just clear that out right now. Okay? Take 2 minutes. I will go on mute. It's 8:53. At 8:55, I will ask again. Okay? Take your time. Read this out. What if from the table now I want to get a particular row, like a particular row in which the employee ID is 101 or the employee's name is Mehak. That is particular one. Now I have to filter this out now. That is filtering. Okay, Ankita? Great. Any other doubts, anyone? I'm giving you guys 1 minute more. Web integration, Soumya, like I gave you the example of Instagram. Okay, if I want to log into my Instagram account, I will put my username and I will put my password, right? If the username matches the one which is present already in the database along with the password, then only I will get logged in on Instagram. Otherwise, it will show me create new account, no account found, right? This is what web integration is. At the back end, the user account and the password is saved in the database. Unless until it is going to get matched, you cannot log in. Okay, Soumya? Yes, you can say like that. Yes, yes, yes. So, Pradeep, you're correct. There is a thing known as SQL injection. But that SQL injection also depends upon what kind of database you're using. Now, everyone, let's move forward. Let's talk about when to use SQL and when not to use SQL. When to use for the relational data. What is relational data? Tables. Meenakshi, where is your question? Okay, what is the difference between drop and delete? Delete is deleting that particular part, and drop is like dropping the whole table together. Drop is like dropping the whole table together. Okay? And now let's start this. When to use SQL for relational data. When your data is structured in rows and columns with the relationships. For example, customers and orders. Efficient queries. When you need to filter, sort, or retrieve the specific data quickly. Structured data. Ideal for organized data like sales records or employee details. These are when we use the SQL. And when not to use, when there is unstructured data, avoid it. For data like images, videos, or free text. Use NoSQL databases like MongoDB for that. High-speed transactions. If you need to process unrelated data in real time, NoSQL is faster. And simple storage. For flat, unrelated data, simpler storage systems may work better. Because if there is no relationship, why do you have to store it? So that is when to use and when not to use SQL. Now, let's understand about databases and tables. So what is a database? Database is a structured way to store and manage the data. Think of it as a digital filing cabinet where information is organized into the tables. Now, what is a table? A table is like a spreadsheet inside a database. It has rows, which represents the individual records, one row for each customer. Columns, represent fields or attributes like name, age, email. For example, a customer's table might look like this with rows and columns. Columns as ID, name, age, and email, and with the rows values like this. This is database and table. Please go through this once, guys, and let me know if you guys have any doubts. Yes, unstructured data when it is not in the form of rows and columns and it is unstructured, right? When there is no relationship between the data, then also it is unstructured. Yeah. Any other doubts, anyone? Any other doubts, anyone? Okay, great. Now, here comes types of SQL commands. DDL, DML, and DCL. Now, SQL commands are grouped into three main types based on their purpose. First, DDL, Data Definition Language. What it does, it defines and manages the structure of the database, like creating or modifying the tables. For example, create table. It creates a new table. Alter table. It will help you to modify a table like adding or removing the columns. Drop table. It will delete the whole table permanently. And when to use this? When you are setting up a new database or making the structural change, like adding new fields or something. For example, creating a product table. And when not to use, they cannot handle the data itself, like adding or updating the rows. They cannot handle. And updating the rows here means like there is one row already, Mehak, age 22, phone number something. And now I want to change this age from 22 to 25. This updation things it will not be able to. Clear, guys? Great. Next, here comes DML, data manipulation language. Drop is going to drop the whole table permanently. That is what I told, na? And delete is going to remove the rows, not the whole table. Okay, Ankita? Now, data manipulation language, it handles the data within the database, like adding, updating, deleting, and retrieving the rows. It is Python, but it is very different from the Python which we have learned in our previous week. Okay, Ankita? Now, examples: insert, add new rows, update, updates the existing rows, delete, removes the rows, and select, retrieves the data. We use it for working with the data, adding new customers or retrieving the information. But DML commands cannot alter the structure of the data, like creating a new column. Like creating a new column. And on the other hand side, we have DCL, data control language. Now what it does? It controls the access to the database and its data. For example, grant and revoke. Grant gives a user permission to access or modify the database. And revoke removes the permission. When to use? When managing the database security or controlling the user access. For example, granting a team member access to view the customer data. And when not to use? DCL commands do not manage data or structure. They are used only for permissions. They are used only for permissions. Revoke means removing the permissions. Revoking something, I don't want to let you do that. Revoking the permission, that is revoke. Okay, Soumya? Yeah. Yeah. DCL is data control language. It controls the access to the database and its data. Like grant, it can grant the permission to do something and it can also revoke. It can also remove that particular permission. We use it when we are managing database security or controlling the user access. And when not to use, when we do not manage the data or structure. Now clear?
Ma'am, you told that DDL you cannot manipulate anything, but with these two things you can manipulate, right?
Yes, yes. They are
That
different.
means, yeah, no, they are different, but with the DDL you cannot put any rows or columns, but here also you cannot include the columns in this, right? That is a similarity.
In DCL, you cannot because it is not for updating and all, it is just for the permission purposes, access and all. Like it gives the access, here it is also written, na, giving a team member access to view the customer data. Like there are multiple people who works. Like Sudha, you're a doctor, right?
Yeah, yes.
So if you want to see your patient's detail, you have that access to see, na? You have that permission to see.
Yes, yes, yes.
And you are revoking that permission for others to see, na? Anyone can't see that, na? Only you or other person who has that authority that can only see.
Yeah. It is like, as I see, I am a scientist basically. So we have a group. So everybody in our group will see the access. That's what it is, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
we see the data,
So
only
only
one
you
data,
guys
we will
have
give a
the
comment.
yes. So only you guys have that access. Now, if I want to see that, I do not have that access. So my permission is revoked, but you have that grant.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. DDL, DML, DCL, simple language. Okay, sure. DDL, listen to me carefully, guys. DDL, designing or setting up your house. Or let me just make it more easier. Let's say you are setting up a new house. You are the owner and your data is like the stuff you want to keep in your house. Now, DDL is designing or setting up your house. DDL will be used to create the structure of your database. Just like you build walls, rooms, and furniture, sports in your house, na? That will be DDL. DDL defines what your house looks like. Then comes DML. It's like putting things inside your house. Once your rooms, tables are ready, you start placing the things like furniture, books, and clothes. That is your data. In short, DML is about working with the stuff inside your house. And DCL, giving keys or setting locks on the rooms. Now that your house is set up and has things inside, you decide to get access to what? In short, DCL controls who can do what in your house. Now, okay? Now understood? Zulekha? Great. Very good. Most welcome.
Ma'am, it's like a bank. For example, we do have a bank and customer.
Mhm.
So the
Yes.
bank account is gonna be the DDL, right? Bank account, that is one particular amount, particular account is gonna be a DDL. A
Bank
customer
account.
only
Let me just give you that. Bank account detail. Account in that will be DML. And the permission of the customer, if she can use it or not, the permission part will be DCL.
DCL.
Got it?
Yeah. Ma'am, DDL, what you told, ma'am? The whole bank.
Bank, yes. The
Yeah,
structure.
yeah. Oh, okay, got it.
Yes, great. Now, guys, let's see how to set up SQL in Python using SQLite 3 library. So it is a built-in Python module that allows you to work with SQLite database directly in your Python programs. Now, SQLite is a lightweight serverless database that stores the data in a simple file, making it easy to set up and use without additional software. Now, when to use this SQLite 3? Learning SQL and Python integration. Perfect for the beginners, just like you guys, who want to practice SQL while learning how to connect databases with Python. Small projects, ideal for a single user application, such as personal to-do list, note-taking app, or small inventory system. Prototyping, great for quickly testing ideas before moving to larger or more complex databases. And last, local data storage. Use it to store the data locally in a file without needing a database server. And when not to use it? When SQLite is not designed for big database. With a lot of data or very complex queries, it will get crashed out. It will not work at all. It might become slow and inefficient if your data grows too large. If many people needs to access or edit the database at the same time, it will not handle that as well. databases like MySQL or PostgreSQL, we can use them for the better or multi-user systems because this SQLite tree will not be able to handle that. So this is the library we are going to use in our this week and the upcoming week as well, actually. So please go through this, sir, and let me know if any doubts in SQLite for now. Please go through this, guys.
Ma'am, we can use this SQL in Colab too, right?
In Colab only we are going to use.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, it is like when the tax date is there, like tax paying date, end of the date is there, that day, like lot of user will use the system and website. That day we cannot use that SQLite, where we have to use that Power SQL or MySQL, right?
PostgreSQL, not Power. PostgreSQL.
What is it?
PostgreSQL.
Oh, Postgre. Okay.
Okay. So you can use any. MySQL is the best. It's the easier one as well, actually. Okay. Ma'am, what serverless means here? Okay, I'm just finding that line so that I can just let you know in a better way. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, serverless database. So serverless now, I know just by looking at this word what comes into your mind. Serverless does not mean there are no servers. It means you do not have to manage the servers yourself. Okay? In normal steps, you need to set up and maintain servers. Okay? So what does serverless actually means in the terms of SQL? I'll come to your question as well, Ankita. Just let me complete that. Okay? So serverless in SQL, it means you can run and query a database without managing any database server because we are using it in Google Colab. SQLite 3 is a library. So you do not have to manage an external database. Okay. On the other hand side, when we use MySQL, PostgreSQL, we have to look for the database as well. So that becomes a little difficult. But in Python, it is very, very easy because there is no database. It is serverless. Okay, clear now? Yes. And yes, so Pradeep answered you correctly, Ankita. Prototyping means testing. Prototyping means testing. Okay, Ankita? Yes, yes. We need servers there. We need. Great. Okay, guys. So now the last part for this particular part is RDBMS. So now what is RDBMS? RDBMS is Relational Database Management System, which is the foundation of SQL. It is a system that helps you store the data in a structured way. Tables with rows and columns. Organize the data by creating the relationships between the tables. Access the data easily using SQL queries like select, insert, or update. And why do we learn RDBMS for SQL? Because SQL works on RDBMS. Learning SQL means learning how to interact with RDBMS. It is used almost all modern applications like e-commerce, banking, social media. They all use this. And also it is organized and efficient. It is the best way to store and manage the related data. Now, RDBMS and SQL. RDBMS is the system. It is the software that manages the data stored in this database, like SQLite, MySQL, and SQL Server. On the other hand side, SQL is the language, just like Python, which is used to communicate with this RDBMS. So SQL helps you interact with data in an RDBMS by creating tables, inserting data, retrieving data, updating or deleting the data. And why do they both work together? Because SQL needs RDBMS. Without an RDBMS, SQL has no data to work with. RDBMS provides the structure, tables, rows, and columns that SQL interacts with. And RDBMS needs SQL because without SQL, there is no easy way to manage or retrieve the data stored in it. In simple words, what you can think of it like, RDBMS is the kitchen where all the ingredients are stored and organized, and SQL is the chef who uses the tools or queries to prepare and serve the data you need. Is it clear, everyone? Is it clear, everyone?
Ma'am, that DCL, DDL, and DML are different, right? SQL in this RDBMS is different.
Yes.
Okay. So that means with the RDBMS, you can do all changes, whatever that SQL cannot do.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So right now, like if we have to work with like a data in SQL, so definitely we have to take the RDBMS first, and then only we have to put the SQL, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Difference between RDBMS and DBMS. RDBMS is a software. RDBMS is a software. And DBMS, it is also software, but it is used to store and manage the data. It allows you to create, read, update, and delete. Okay? DBMS is like file system, MS Access, Fox Pro. Data can be stored in files or simpler tables. And in RDBMS, it is the advanced type of DBMS that stores the data in the form of related tables, the relational tables. And it has MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, SQL servers, etc. Okay, Ankita? Great. Any other doubts, anyone?
Ma'am, can you show a little bit up, ma'am?
Sure.
Thanks, ma'am.
Most welcome. Any doubts, anyone? Where is your question, Meenakshi? I just answered now, Meenakshi. RTBMS is a software which manages the queries in SQL. I just explained RTBMS now. Okay. I thought it was not a question you are explaining over there. You are answering me, I guess. I thought that. I'm so sorry about that. Yes, yes, you can say like that. Now, everyone, we are done with our number 2. Now, let me give you guys a little break, okay? Because I know you guys need it. But let me just share this collab link also with you guys. So, what you guys can do is you guys can just go through that in your break, okay? Thanks. So the time right now is going to be 9:30. So till 9:40, you guys can have your break and then we will move forward. Okay? Okay, so now I will be on mute, guys, and you guys can enjoy your break. Okay, everyone, breaks over. Is everyone here? Is everyone here? Breaks over, guys. Okay, great. And guys, before starting only, let me just quickly remind you, I will not extend up above 10:15. Okay, I will not extend the session above 10:15. How much we can complete? We will complete the thing which will be left. We will start it tomorrow. Okay, don't worry. Don't worry about that. We will complete. We will complete on time. So now we are going to start with the part number 3, that is working with tables and inserting the data. In that, we will be learning about SQL statements, creating the tables, and the insert into part. So let's start. First of all, let's learn some SQL statements. What are they? SQL statements are the instructions you give to a database to perform the specific task, like retrieving, adding, updating, or deleting the data. They are the tools that allow you to interact with and manage the database. They are the tools that allows you to interact with and manage the database. Imagine you are giving the commands to a friend who's managing a library for you. To organize the books, you might say, list all the books. That is select. You can list all the books with the help of select statement. You can add a new book with the help of insert statement. And with the help, you want to remove the old books, you can just delete. And these are the examples of the actions you can perform on a database using the SQL statement. Some of the most common SQL statements are, and all of them we are going to use in our code as well. Select, extract data from a database. Insert into, adds new data to a database. Update, modifies existing data in a database. Delete, removes data from a database. Create, creates a new database. Alter database, changes the structure of an existing database. Create table, creates a new table in a database. Alter table, modifies the structure of an existing table. And drop table deletes an entire table from the database. These are some of the most important SQL statements which we are going to use. Now let's start one by one we will do. We will start with creating the tables. What are tables in SQL? We have already discussed that. Let me just give you guys a quick recap again. Tables are like the Excel sheets or grids where data is stored. Each column defines what kind of data you are storing. Name, age. And each row is a record. Like one student. Example, imagine you are running a school. To manage the student data, columns can be ID, name, age, and grade, and rows can be individual students. And the table looks like this with rows and columns. Now, guys, let's create. Let's start with the coding now. Create table. To create the students table, you use the create table command. Think of it as designing your grid. How it works in SQLite. Connecting to a database. If the database file exists, SQLite connects to it. If it does not exist, it will create it for you. So, creating tables after connecting you can immediately create the tables in the connected database without manually creating the database first. So let me just show you guys with the help of practical only. Give me a second, let me connect. This much is fine. Let's start. So first we will be importing the library which we will be using, that is SQLite 3. Now I have to connect to the database. For that, I am going to create database named as school.db. DB means database. This extension is important. Now let's create connection is equals to SQLite 3 dot connect, and inside this connect function put this name school.db, and now print the connection. It is showing SQLite 3 dot connection object adds a space. So what happened over here is, in SQLite 3 connecting to a database file, even if does not exist, automatically creates it for you. You can then directly create tables within that database without taking any kind of extra steps. This is the name. This is the version of SQLite. You can say it like that. Okay, Sabya? RDBMS is, I have told you guys before
No, ma'am,
also.
ma'am. No, ma'am. You told that like import SQLite 3, right? Then we have to
Yeah.
import the RDBMS also, or it will be
No,
embedded.
no. It's not like that. It's not like that. RDBMS is DBMS only, just the advanced version of it. We only need SQLite 3 to start with the SQL. If there will be any other library, I will let you guys know. But mainly, we are only going to use this. Inside this only, everything will happen. Okay. Yes, it is a module. By mistake, I said library. It is a module. Now let's create a table. But for that, to create a table, first of all, I need a cursor. For that, I have to create a connection with that cursor so that I can create anything inside that database. I need to create a connection with the cursor. Done? Just with that, the connection is done. You can see this arrow right on my screen. I'm using to click on code and text. What is this? This is the cursor. And where I am clicking with the help of this cursor only, I'm able to write something, no? Right? Just like that, I need to create a cursor over there as well so that I can write something in my database. I can create something in my database. Okay, Supradeep? Yeah. Now I have to execute. Cursor.execute. Inside that, now I will write down my query. Every time you have to write down your query, we are going to write it down inside the execute function and also within the 3 quotes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This is important. And in this between 3 quotes, now we will write down our query. I want to create a table. So create table. The name of the table I want as students. And inside students, what kind of columns I want? I want an integer column. Sorry, I want a column named as ID, who will be taking the inputs as integers. Then I want a name column, who will be taking the value as text. That means string. Then I want age, who will again take the values as integer. And then at last I want grade, which again will come as text. And at last, one more thing which we have to do is this thing. Every time your query is completed, we have to put a semicolon at the end. Now, done. It created the cursor connection. No, we can use it in the short form as well. I just like to do it in this uppercase. This SQL, it is very, very friendly. It is very, very friendly language. You guys can use lowercase as well. Uppercase is not necessary. Okay? Is everyone clear till this point?
Ma'am, so you are preparing the create table students in like brackets. Why we have to give the space of 2, ma'am? After that we are writing everything, right?
Space of 2.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't give space to anywhere. It is automatically coming.
Okay, fine, fine, fine.
Okay? Whenever I am pressing enter, automatically it is coming. Because brackets are there. After brackets, it needs some space, na? Automatically it gives. Let me just address your query, Meenakshi. See, I'm putting a note over here. Keep in mind that SQL keywords are not cases. Yes, it works as a SQL query space. Create table in uppercase, small case, like this also it will work. They all remain the same. Okay? Now, let's move forward. Now let's commit and close. Now let's commit and close. Commit means saving all the changes which we have made. So all the changes which we have created, or whatever we have done, that will be done in my database, and then we will just close it. So for that, connection again dot close function. And now, oh, I'm sorry. I just closed it. I forgot to do the commit, but let me just write it down for you guys. You guys can just run it again on your own. I will not be able to run that still now. First we have to commit, then close. I forgot to commit. I'm so sorry. That's my mistake. First we have to commit and then we will close. Okay, everyone? Clear? Commit is to save changes. To save the changes. If everyone is clear, should we do an example now? Should we do an example? Great. I have a scenario. Imagine you are managing a database for an e-commerce platform. you have a users table storing information about customers. We start by creating a users table to manage the basic information about the users. Design the users table with these columns. So we will do it step by step. How? First of all, we will create a database. This time, the database named as e-commerce database I'm going to take. So connection is equals to SQLite 3 dot connect e-commerce dot db. Connection done. Database done. Every kind of data type you can use in SQL. Every type. Now, yes, we need a cursor. Connection dot cursor. Okay, cursor is also done. Now I have to create the users table. How? Query is equals to. How will I do that? Can anyone tell? Can anyone tell how can we create it?
In brackets, 3 quotes. Then we have to put a bracket and start giving ID and whatever the data it has been given there, we have to put one by one. That means it has that it has to be created by the customer. And then 3 quotes and semicolon, like closed bracket, semicolon, 3 quotes.
Are we not going to use execute function? Execute function. We are going to use execute function, guys. Cursor dot execute. And you are correct, Ankita, it's a variable name. And then inside this, we will put triple quotes. And inside those triple quotes, what we will do? Now my query space is ready. Yes, we will create the table named as users. Inside that user ID, I'm taking it as integers. Username as text. Email as text. Age is not there. Let me just get the age also. Age also I want as integer. Password as text. Sign up date as text. And is premium as boolean. Query rent. Now, executed, table got created, connection dot commit to save the changes. I'm not going to close it right now because I have to insert the things. So tell me, till this point clear? Just close it. When you will put connection dot close now, you will come out of that database. You will not be able to use that database again unless until you are going to put the connection again. You have to put this line again. Okay? Is it clear? Yeah, here are two databases created, Meenakshi, but I can only use this e-commerce database because I haven't closed it. The database which I have created here. Let's suppose if I want to use this database, school database again. I have closed it. I have to write down this line again. Connection is equals to SQLite 3 dot connect to school DB. I have to write it down again. Then only I will be able to use it. Is it clear? I have to run that line again. Yes, we are working on e-commerce now. Now let's insert some values over here. Now insert users. Same thing again, cursor dot execute. Cursor dot execute 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Inside that, what we will do, insert into the name of the table in which you want to insert. I want to insert in users table. Take the name. Now take the name of each column and put inside this bracket. User ID, username, email, age, password, sign up date, and is premium. Now, I want to insert the values. So I will take values and now in bracket, just take all the values like user ID 1. Username, let me take my name only, Mehak. It is a text, right? So in quotes. Email ID, Mehak @xyz.com. Age, password, let's take anything. Sign up date, is premium. For that, I am taking it as Boolean, right? So either 0 or either 1 value, so 0 I'm taking. Now, I don't want to add any more. So just put a semicolon. Done. Insertion is done. Now, again, connection.commit to save the changes. Clear till this point, everyone?
Ma'am, these
Yes.
values, like whatever insert into the users, meaning that user has to give, the customer has to give these, right? So we have to give a comment for the user to give the values, or like it is directly coming from the database? Because we are creating it, right?
Right now, so we are creating it right now.
Yeah.
It is not created, right? But the database I have created, but it is not having anything inside it. I have to feed something first, then only I will be able to use that data. And
Okay,
that
okay.
is, I am teaching you guys right now that how we can feed, how we can add the data into the database. Okay.
Okay, okay. Fine, fine.
Now we saw how to insert. Now let's insert some more values, right? So that we can just fetch the data from here. So already my name is there. So let me just change some names like let's put your name. Here I will only put like this. One, and semicolon will not be there. There will be a comma. There will be a comma. I'm just going to add one more. Okay, done. Commit changes. Till this point, any doubts? Till this point, any doubts?
Ma'am, that means if you're adding more data, we have to put comma. If you want to close it, we have to put a semicolon, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay, fine.
Now, I'm just going to reconnect because sometimes what happens in Python, because this is not an actual SQL platform, right? So sometimes it gets disconnected on its own. So I'm going to reconnect it just like that. Now what I will do, I will just get my cursor again. Yes, in Boolean 0 and 1. Connection.cursor.
Query, cursor execute.
Query is done. Now I want to get each and everything. I want to fetch the details which is there in my database. How will I do? Yes, I will use cursor.execute because at the end I am going to write down a query. But this query is not a longer one. This is the shorter one. So what I can do is just inside the single quote, I can just put select star. Star indicates everything from where the user table and semicolon. Query is done. Now I want to fetch all the rows, right? So I'm just taking it as rows. Cursor dot take fetch all function. Now for that, you just have to write down a little loop for, let's say for I in rows, just print I. And like this, we will get all the things which we have put it inside our database. And now just close the connection. Connection dot close. And with this, we are done with our part number 3. Yeah, that is what I'm saying, na? That is what I'm saying. When we are using select, because this select, na, it is a statement. It is a statement. It is a select statement. When I am using a shorter query, then we can do it inside a single quote. When we are putting a larger queries like insert the values, creating a table, because it is having multiple things inside it, that time we use this thing. When we are using this a little query, then we can just do it inside a single.
Ma'am, it is like what we did in a pandas, like import the
Yes,
DB.
yes,
That
yes,
DB is
yes,
gonna be create. Oh, very good. That means we are creating that DB right now with SQL.
yes.
Okay.
So now tell me guys, any doubts in this whole point? Because now we are done with our part number 2.
Ma'am, can you please show the code, ma'am? Little up.
Okay.
So that means first we have to connect. First thing is a connect, then is going to be commit, then we have to execute, and then we
Yes.
have to put the cursor, then cursor execute, and then cursor commit, and then close.
Yes. 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 Cursor, like you can see this arrow I'm hovering over, na? And with the help of this only I'm able to control my screen. Like if I want to add a text, I will just click on it, then only I can do it, na? So without this, if I am not going to just click on it, with the help of this cursor, I'm not able to write anything. Similarly, this cursor, why are we doing it? We are just creating one cursor so that it can help us to write inside a database. Okay, Meenakshi? Great. I have attached your homework as well, guys. So, any doubts in the whole session, anyone? Any doubts in the whole session, guys?
Ma'am, in this, so it's just a question. So
Yeah.
basically, we created a database, right? So we can
Mhm.
add it also, right? Like we can change the database also, right? See,
Yes,
for
we can.
example, no, you put that as Mehak or something else. I did a mistake of putting that 27 instead of
That
that. I
will
want
be
to change
updation. That will
up,
be updation.
updation.
Okay.
Okay, okay, fine,
Yeah.
fine. But you can do it. You can do it
We
with this
can do it,
SQLite.
and this is the part of our tomorrow session.
Yeah, no problem, ma'am. But that's fine because I was little confused with the DDL, DCL, and DML.
We will
Whereas the
do.
SQL Lite, you can do it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We can. We will, and we will do. I would love you to try, Ankita. Please do try that code without cursor and let me know tomorrow what will be your answer. Okay? Yes. Yeah, Meenakshi. TCL? Sorry, I haven't got you. Data control language, grant and revoke is there, na? We will discuss it tomorrow. Today, though, it was very, very basic. We will go deep in the topics tomorrow.
Ma'am, this database will be stored in table or what, ma'am? This you put it all the things, right? This is in a table
Tables
form.
are stored in database. Table will get stored in database. Okay.
Okay.
Clear with your doubt? And databases are stored in the memory of Python. No, CSV or Excel, Baba. These databases are the memory location inside SQLite 3 module. And in that particular location only, because it is a very big location, in that only it is going to get added.
Then how we will take it, ma'am? So we have to import the SQLite
Just
and then
how
from there we
I
can take it out.
just just like how I showed you.
Okay, fine.
Okay, with the help of that, there is a procedure.
So that
How
means
to,
import SQLite 3
yes,
and then we have to take the
yes,
database from that. That's it. Yeah.
yes. Remember those steps? These are the steps we are going to use again and again now. Yes, you guys will be need to do. You guys need to go through that again because this thing is very, very new for all of you. Right, right. But it is
Definitely,
easy, right? I guess it is more easier and interesting.
it is entirely different from Python, ma'am.
I told you guys in the starting only. It is entirely different. Any other questions you guys want me to address? That's really great, Meenakshi, that it's your favorite topic. I will take that doubt tomorrow, okay, Vivek? Because if we want to do it, I will be needing a proper example, and I would love to show you guys in the class how to do it. But right now, I don't want to just give you guys so much pressure. Okay?
Ma'am, just a flow chart of like from beginning to close, only one time. Just a code only. That means how we have to start. That means import
First of
SQL.
all,
Uh,
import SQLite 3, then create a connection with, create a database basically. Then connection with the cursor. Write down your query with the help of execute. Then commit the changes and at last close. Simple.
Fine, ma'am. Thanks.
Most welcome. Okay, guys, so I'm sharing the feedback form with all of you. Please fill this feedback form out and let me know once done. And till then, I'm sharing this notebook in your WhatsApp groups, okay? And guys, please do go through these topics. These are very, very new, and I would love to address multiple doubts tomorrow from you guys. So do come up with the doubts, okay? Thank you, Supradeep. Thanks, Sudeep. Thanks, Vivek. Thank you, Sudha. Good night, Meenakshi. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. Good night. Take care. Thank you so much, everyone. So now I'm ending the session and we will meet tomorrow, same time again. Bye, guys. Bye, everyone.